Welcome to the channel. This is Go Gretty, and welcome to the 2022 Manufacturers Cup here on Gran Turismo 7. It is round number 2, and tonight we're in the Group 4 cars, and we are at the high-speed ring. And I got to tell you what, Polyphony Digital has their head way up their derriere on this one, allowing some naughty wall riding. Stick around, check it out. All right, here we are at high speed ring, 1 times fuel, 1 times tire, racing hards, Group 4 cars. That means lots of slipstream racing. And as you can see here, I've got a 1:15.865 as my fastest lap that I could put in without riding the wall. That's right, people are riding the walls, both time trial and qualifying. Regardless, I'm gonna try and get out there and put out the best lap that I can. I don't know that I can beat a 15.8 on my own, but I'm going to give it my best. And, well, along the way, I got a little bit of help. As you can see right there, I hit that 1:15.8 right there because I got a bump draft from a GTR. Now, I don't know if he didn't know this, that in the qualifying that there's no slipstream, so he wasn't actually going to get any benefit by bump drafting me and slowing him down. The GTR way faster than the Jaguar. My secondary account, I switched over to the GTR and put in a 15.2 without riding the wall, without really much of a problem. On my third lap, I did a 15.2 of the GTR, but there you see I'm up almost 2/10 over my 854 as I got a really nice bump from the GTR to start the lap, and then another one about 3/4 the way through. So I'm like, I'm loving this. I mean, like, this is great. But even so, even with the bump draft in the Jaguar, only able to be in P13, still almost 2/10 up as I head in the last corner. Got to hold it flat here, send it back to the left, able to hold the throttle all the way to the floor, hold about 132 miles an hour, get another nice bump draft from the GTR, head across the finish line, get a 1:15.6. Even so, only drops me down to 9th place, and after all was said and done, well, old Gretty could only manage a P13 to start the race. Did get a bump draft, did not ride the wall. It was a little bit weird though. So on to the start of the race, get a good start. Jaguar pretty good out of the gates, got a lot of mid-range acceleration, so able to pull up to the Atenza here in front of me. No idea how good the Atenza here is on the track. Hadn't raced with one all week in practice, so I'm going to give him a little bump draft and try to work with old Jay Bauer here to pull up to the group in front of us. You see they got away from a little bit at the start. Like I said, Jaguar's got a really good starting acceleration, but not really good on the tap end. Only able to hold about 153, 154 through turn 1 on its own, whereas some other cars, 155, 156, they're able to do that. So you see the sparks flying already as people are riding the guardrail on the outside there. I mean, I just couldn't do it. I could not ride the guardrail. I just thought it was so cheap. It's so silly. The bump drafting by itself in this game is, pretty iffy to begin with, but then you add some wall riding in it. Heck, may as well just go full arcade. Full on arcade. Get the Gretty pass there as someone serves their penalty. But even with the Gretty pass, I was feeling a little bit concerned about this spot in the races. I could just feel the Atenza slightly pulling away from me, and they had these nice gaps in between the cars, meaning a lot of room for them to close that gap on the car in front of them. And the Jag just not that fast without a little bit of help from behind. So a little further along onto lap number 3, I've lost the slipstream to the group ahead of me. Didn't have anyone bump drafting behind me up until this point, so I had no one help keep me in that draft of the car in front of me. Now you can see there I'm 1.6 seconds off of that group in front. We need to work together as a team to try and catch up to these folks in front of me. Ran a 1:15.846 on my own, so I know I've got some pretty decent pace. Take that corner absolutely horribly, but again, it's not all right, but it was a nice drift around that corner. On to lap number 4. I'm going to need some more bump drafting here, as now we are within 1.5 seconds and catching up. We got a third bump drafter into the mix. Now, if we can keep this up for a couple laps, maybe 3 laps, might be able to catch this group in front and then make some things happen. And I'm feeling good that we might be able to do that because Quackadilly Blip on GT Planet with me pretty often, does a lot of practice racing with this. I'm like, okay, probably have a slipstream buddy here for at least 3/4 of the race before we really start to, start racing one another. Because the idea here is to catch this group now within 1.2 seconds. Almost there, almost have this group in front of me. Just need a little more help to get there. Trying to get on the throttle hard, coming out the corner. Can't hit that wall as you exit. Gotta miss it. Managed to do that there. Even so, just outside that second slipstream zone. Gotta get within that 1 second. Pull it hard to the inside. Trying to maintain 132. It drops down to 131. Quackadilly struggling a little bit there, come through the last corner, but I need that Corvette. I need that bump draft. Hopefully the McLaren will give him a bump draft, and we got to push within that 1 second time frame. We are so close. Ran a 15.596 that lap. I was like, all right, guys, now we're doing it. Now we're making up some time to this group in front. Let's just keep at it. Let's just keep bump drafting each other and just move towards the front, or at least one group at a time. Just got to catch one car, one group. And if you work together as a team, well, you're almost invincible. So get a nice bump there right before turn 3, or was that turn 2? Turn 2, and managed to not hit the wall on the exit. And behind me doesn't look like a whole lot of wall riding going on either. So I'm feeling pretty good about this group. Quackadilly a little hot into that right-hander. Gets a little bit to my outside. Again, just tantalizingly close to the slipstream. 1.3 seconds. They just can't quite get in it. On to lap number 5. Get another bump draft here. And no, I don't. They both go down the inside. Quackadilly and F1 Bernardo look like they're going to just blow on by me. F1 Bernardo lifts for some reason. I don't know if there was some weird lag spike going on or what happened, but all of a sudden those two were just like, we'll just leave old Gretty here. He's been doing good work, but just not good enough, I guess. So down into 4th, get a little sideways again, trying to catch up to the pack. Sparks flying from the wall riding in front. It was aggravating with the wall ride because the Jag wasn't real fast to begin with. But then if you wall ride coming out that corner, I lost a couple to 3/10 to a wall rider where I could be actually reeling them in through this section of track right here, the S's. Jag wasn't super through the S's, but it's pretty good with the mid acceleration that it has. Was able to keep up with some faster folks. I followed a WRX driven by Pulse around here for 14 laps. Was able to stay in his slipstream with a little bit of help on the straight. So I had confidence in the race. I just needed that little bit of help to stay up towards the front. Now, these faster cars like the GTRs and those, there was just no way this car was going to hang with those. But your mid-pack cars, that's kind of where the Jag was hanging out. So get a good bump there from Bernardo. Appreciate that, sir. And we are catching back up to Quackadilly Blip in that Corvette in front of us. Now within 5/10 as we head towards turn 1. And we're halfway through this race, and I can see that he is just not too far away from the cars in front. So I am going to, just be a good slipstream partner. I understand. I mean, I can battle Quackadilly. I can battle Bernardo, but that's not what I want to do. I know that we're back here in 3rd, 12th, and 13th. Not doing us a whole lot of good to battle one another. Another weird lag spike right there. And then you see again, Bernardo goes out to my left side, so there must be something going on with my car and it lagging and them not seeing me or something, because then as we come out the corner, he's down to the left of me. I don't know. It was odd. Something must have been going on there. So jump in back behind Bernardo. And again, like I said, I'm just going to try to work as a pack of 3 here to get us up towards the front. As we come out of that corner, Bernardo goes super narrow there, and then we see Meteor scrape the walls. We come out the opposite end, and I jump in here behind Quackadilly, passing Bernardo as he went a little too narrow on the entrance there to turn 2. So catch right back up here to Quackadilly. Now we got Meteor P10 right in front of us, and we are well within his slipstream, so we might be able to pick up a position here. But even if we don't pass Meteor, not a big deal. I know the Super's pretty quick, so if he settles in between us, I'll just bump draft Meteor, and we'll just keep on heading towards the pack up in front. Now, as we come into this left-hander, my luck is just absolute crap. So I go down the inside to give Quack the bump draft, and I get by him, but then Bernardo goes around the outside of me there, and I get hung out to dry. Worst case scenario, I had nowhere to go. It was bump draft right or bump draft left. Then my luck goes crap again. Just as I'm heading into this left-hander, I catch someone with a penalty, So I can't take my turn as fast as I wanted to. Now, he is going to fall behind us because it's a 1.5 second penalty. I could have probably made a couple moves as slow as they came out of that corner. As you see, I catch right back up to him rather quickly. So probably could have been sitting right behind Quackadilly, possibly even in front of him out of that turn. Don't know what happened coming out of there, but it looked like a little bit of a mess there by the group in front of me. My luck was just absolutely horrid, and get a Gretty pass there as the Aston, I think it was, served his 1.5 second penalty there. I need something to break my way here, so I'm into P11, and iMeteor's got a nice little run on Quackadilly coming out of the left-hander. Now that super is pretty darn quick on the straight. I was surprised he didn't go for the move around the inside of Quackadilly right there, but nonetheless, you see the dust come up from the bump draft, and Gretty's making his way onto the backside of both of them. So fast forward here onto lap number 11. I am going to finally get onto the back bumper of Meteor. We're in P11 here on lap number 11. I'm like, okay, this race isn't going too terrible. I had some bad luck, but then I just nicked the back bumper of Meteor, and he dies off the left. So look at that again in slow-mo. As you see, he gets sideways and super slow coming in the corner. I just tap his rear bumper. It's sliding around the guardrail, and I'm letting off the gas there to try and not hit him, but I just nick him as he's trying to save it. And I'm going to call that a racing incident, but I feel terrible about it. I didn't want to kill iMeteor right there, but I did. I kind of did, and I kind of didn't, but I felt bad about it. I was like, and then I kept going. I was like, it's just one of those kind of iffy situations. So I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I have waited up for him? I don't know. Regardless, I do apologize, iMeteor. That was not intentional. I wasn't trying to pass or anything. It just got sideways in just the wrong spot. So anyway, on with the race here. I've got some bump drafting going on behind me from Bernardo. I'm going to try and catch back up to Quackadilly again. I've caught up to him like 4 times, and then something weird happens. And I don't know what happened there with Bernardo. I don't know if again, he was trying to dodge me from a lag spike coming out of that corner. There was some frame rate drops as we were coming out of that last corner, so I'm not really sure what was going on there, but it was kind of peculiar how that's where they were always going, immediately going outside of my car like it was doing something fishy coming out of that corner. So that's what I'm going to attribute it to. So get another nice bump draft there, catch right back up to Quackadilly. I'm going to go down through this corner, and Quackadilly comes out the other end, gets a little bit of wall there on the other. Now Quackadilly was like, sometimes he was hitting the wall on the exit, and other times he was coming through it clean. So it wasn't a total wall ride there by Quackadilly, but it wasn't like he was really trying to avoid it that much either. So he would go here in the pits here on lap number 12, and I don't know what happened. Maybe another lag spike, but I'm like, what is going on there? As I'm almost passing him as we go into the pits. Now the Jaguar, pretty quick on acceleration. Like I said, and all 3 of us are inside each other, and I get spit out here to the right, which again, with my luck, Bernardo's to the left. He's got the slipstream, and I'm hung out to dry yet again on lap 13 because of the weird pit entry ghosting thing that Gran Turismo likes to do. So aggravating as heck. I'm back in 15th position after the pits. Now, some other people are going to pits. There's a chance I'll move up. How much, I don't know. I go around the outside of Bernardo. He has a bad exit. Gonna try and beat him to the next corner. We're neck and neck, and it's just not gonna work out for me, as this entire race, except for qualifying, has been an absolute nightmare. Just can't seem to have anything break my way. I think even the lag spikes are not breaking my way, as just trying to work with this group of 3 to catch everybody. And it seemed like we want to work together, but then, something weird happens and it breaks us up again. So who knows? I don't know. So we come around to the final corner. I make an absolute boneheaded error and lift coming out of that corner. I don't know why I did that. It's a final lap. Should have kept it planted so I could be right there on Bernardo's tail, but I did not. End up finishing P12. Not too terrible. They jumped a couple spots due to a penalty, of course. Once again, with my luck in that race, well, nothing going there. So get 174 points, and let's see who was wall riding this race. Who were the bad boys? P1, yep, bad boy. P2, yes sir, wall riding the whole race. P3, yes indeed, another wall rider. How about P4? Certainly P4 wasn't wall riding. Nope, he was wall riding too. So our top 4 so far, all wall riders. We get on to P5 in the McLaren. We got our first clean driver there in P5. Demonic Speed here in P7. Yeah, he was riding the wall. So was the Lambo in front of him. The Jaguar, my competitor here, was, I mean, wall riding is about as much as you could wall ride, and that's probably how he was staying up front, just absolutely sending it along the wall there. The next 2 were wall riding. Now Jay Bauer was just nicking the wall coming out of the corners, a little bit like Quackadilly was. I'm not going to give him full wall ride. He was at least trying to stay off the wall, so we'll give him a clean on that one. Then there's Quackadilly, my slipstream partner there. He was hitting the wall on the exit quite a few times. Not going to quite give him the clean there, but it wasn't the worst wall riding I saw. Now, Bernardo was taking the turns very clean, so I'll give him a clean. Now, there's Gretty. Look at that, so clean. And then behind me in the last couple spots, they were wall riding too, as you'll see here. Not that it really helped him much. So, anyway, out of the 16, I saw 3 that were taking turn 2 clean. Well, I don't know. PD they really need to pull their head out their ass and fix that. That's ridiculous. I don't like it. I refuse to do it. I didn't do the race again just because A, the Jag was slower than heck, and B, I wasn't going to wall ride. I was going to do what it took to win. So I hung it up, went and jumped in a GTR, finished second on my alt account. Had the race won, but I went ahead and let the A driver that I was racing against take the victory. He didn't wall ride, so I thought he deserved it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the race. Hope you enjoyed all the action. If you hit the like and or subscribe. Come back, check out some more.